Today I want to talk a little bit more about the basic synth. I brought this up in my video about subtractive synthesis, but the basic synth is a theoretical concept. So, to be clear, this video is not must-have modules or buy this first. And I'm probably not the person to make that video. Instead, we're demonstrating a framework that can help you think about synthesis in all environments, hardware and software. So to recap, our basic synth consists of an oscillator, a filter, and an amplifier. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to revisit this in analog is in digital systems, it's not always clear these individual components. In Reactor and in Kima, for example, the amplifier is kind of folded into the oscillator itself, so we don't see it as a separate item. I mean, really, there's a level control on my filter here, so it's kind of combined with an amplifier as well, but we'll set that aside for the moment. Just a quick acknowledgement that what I'm about to show is sometimes called East Coast synthesis as opposed to West Coast synthesis. These historical models are useful to understand, but I caution people getting started about adopting labels too quickly in their artistic careers. So let's start by just running our oscillator to the square wave to our output. Okay, that makes some sense. So I have pitch control, but in this system, that's about it. If I run this into my filter, now I have some timbral controls. I'm using a low-pass filter at the moment. Resonance control. Pitch is still here. We can conceptually think about this like an acoustic instrument. In our violin, the bow goes across the string and it generates that vibration. Then there's the resonant body of the instrument that will affect the spectra, resonating and perhaps emphasizing different frequencies. Now, what's missing at this point is a way to control our amplitude. Now, of course, this might not actually be the best way to control a synthesizer, and this is where time-variant controllers or different methods of control come in. I might want to take MIDI control in to control the pitch of this oscillator, or even MIDI control in to control the sweep of this filter. If I had an ADSR or something, I could control this amplifier and make an amplitude envelope over time, or even control the filter and make an envelope filter. But again, a reminder that as we change the pitch on the oscillator, if we have a point of resonance set here, or a cutoff frequency set here, that's going to stay the same as the pitches change. And so again, this is acting like the body of that guitar, the body of that string instrument, emphasizing the same frequencies regardless of the pitch that the oscillator produces. So again, generator, modifier, modifier. There are a lot more modifications you can do besides filtering and changing the amplitude. And it's also important to understand that not all synths are built in this way. For example, the Yamaha DX7 uses FM synthesis, doesn't have a filter. I mentioned these labels of East Coast versus West Coast synthesis. If we change those terms so we're talking about historical Moogs versus the bookless synthesizers, devices like these low-pass gates offer a slightly different paradigm. All that said, even if you're not trying to recreate real-world sounds with your synthesizer, it's worth understanding this framework and how it can be the foundation for building musically expressive sounds.